remember an experience a couple of months ago. I was working out at the gym, and I was doing my warm-up, and I'm looking around, all kinds of people there. Got the high schooler spending more time in front of the mirror than in front of the weight rack. Thinking, oh man. And then I see a dad. He comes in with two of his sons, probably both under the age of 12. And it was so endearing that later on I went up to him and just thanked him, like, thank you for bringing your sons to work out with you. Father, he said, I'm just trying to be a good dad. Amen. I realized he wasn't just teaching his sons how to be healthy. He was teaching his sons how to be men. Put in the work. Learn to do hard things so that you can learn to sacrifice. It requires a lot of sacrifice in this life, raising a family. The gospel, the Magi come and bring Jesus gifts. And I always thought, they were with Herod in Jerusalem, and then they traveled to Jesus in Bethlehem, which is only like a couple of miles away. I'm thinking like, it wasn't very long a journey. But then I realized, wait a minute, it says the Magi came from the east. And some commentators say, that's Persia, which is somewhere between 500 and 800 miles away, which is a month's journey by camel. Why on earth would anyone travel 800 miles on a camel to Bethlehem? Well, they say to Herod when they meet him, they say, "Where is the newborn king of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do him homage." A whole month's journey because they were stirred up with love, awaiting that moment when they see the King of Kings, a baby. So compelled. And it turns out that's an arduous journey. That's a hard journey. It takes a lot of physical strength and duress to make that journey. This is the second weekend of our homily series, Be Well This New Year. Last weekend, I think Father Diascanis may have talked about emotional wellness. This weekend, we're talking about physical wellness. Oh boy, those New Year's resolutions about working out which fall apart in the first 3 weeks. Now, on a natural level, right, health and fitness is good. It's just natural flourishing. The way God just made the body, it just flourishes. It's his design. Living healthy life is eating well, sleeping well, exercising. It's very clear in science. It just shows it just makes us happier, naturally happier, improves our mood, increases our immune system, improves cognition. It decreases virtually every single risk of every single illness out there, mostly cardiovascular disease, cancer, and diabetes. However, here the dilemma is that there are a lot of people talking about health and fitness in the world, but not all of them care about living a good moral life. So what marks the difference? There are a lot of Pilates and Beret gyms out there and CrossFit boxes, but is there a lot of godliness out there? So maybe it's not so much that it's important to be fit, but rather to be fitted. By putting in the daily work, the hard work each day to take care of ourselves, we grow in virtue. That's the good stuff of the moral life. That dad who was exercising with his kids, it wasn't just, here kids, this is how you be healthy. It's no, this is how you grow in virtue, in discipline. This is what it takes, growing up, making sacrifices for your family. The days are coming which will be hard. Put the work in today. Grow in virtue so that when those trials come, you will be able to endure them. Perseverance, fortitude, temperance, humility, even self-compassion, the virtues which turn children into adults. Thomas Aquinas, one of the greatest doctors of the church, said, "The virtue of perseverance is deserving of praise." Perseverance. And it's powerful. He says, by perseverance, a man does not forsake a good on account of long endurance and toil. Keeps going. Nor does he give up a good which is difficult to attain in order to settle for pleasure. Now, I'm not going to settle for anything less. I choose sacrifice for the good of my family. We endure the daily challenges, come with exercise and eating and sleeping. It's not easy. This seems like small things, but we know 3 weeks is the average time it takes for New Year's resolutions about health to fall apart. It's not easy. It takes great virtue. But the Magi spent a month every single day. That's brutal travel. It takes a lot of physical durability to make that trip. But every day, one day at a time, Jesus is at the end. Heaven is at the end. And what's fascinating is kind of the epitome of the sadness of our society. Is as I was kind of doing my research, I came across there's a drug that's called resveratrol. Let me say that 10 times, resveratrol. And resveratrol is found in red grapes and red wine. It's shown to improve endurance, prevent mitochondrial dysfunction, and prevents muscle wastage. And for those reasons, it's being advertised as a pill which mimics exercise. Oh yeah. You too could have all the benefits of exercise without ever having to exercise. That is so pathetic. All right. Sitting down on the couch, you see someone, like all day watching movies, popping in potato chips, and then they pop in this pill. No one's gonna go, "Good job, you, good job, making it in life." No, not good job, no. That dad taught his kids virtue in the gym. He didn't settle for a health pill. So finally, as we kind of prep ourselves for this new year and think about New Year's resolutions in the realm of physical wellness, what do we do? What are our resolutions? Well, for our two groups that we have, for men's and women's, once again, we like to kind of show the strength of our pastorate. For men, we have our Exodus 90 program. I see some men in this room who've been in the program before. Sleep, prayer, fasting, penance, exercise, all those things with accountability. It's very powerful. It changes men's lives. And for women, we have Kingdom Builders, which is a very powerful, transformative experience for every woman. Christ-centered wholeness and transformation for women. Very powerful. Both of these consider health. It's part of the process of growing in the life of being a holy Christian. But I'll leave you with this. Well, maybe what will mark the difference between kind of the secular world's New Year's resolutions about health and ours is something in the Exodus 90 program, which is called the why. And before you begin, they'll ask you, what is your why for doing what you do? Most people say to be healthy, or to feel good, or look good. Maybe this is our why. How about to learn daily sacrifice so that I can love God and my family more and be able to endure the greater trials that are coming? That's a powerful why. So as we celebrate and kind of pray with this Mass, we ask the Lord to give us the grace to endure the daily challenges of looking after ourselves for the sake of growing in virtue, for love of God and our families. Amen.